Hi, good morning, good afternoon, sir.
Hey, good afternoon, Robert. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I don't know. I'm not at, I'm not in the office right now.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes, so
so I just
last
like
last time I think we had a word. I think you were just about to start the contact center.
yes, yes.
Yes, yes. Tell me something
Just give
about
me a
yourself.
second.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just give me a second. I want also one of my directors to just join the call. I've just shared the link with him so
Okay,
that he can also learn something. So just give me a second. Let me try just to reach out to him and see if he can
sure.
just join it right now.
Yes,
Sure.
yes.
Okay. Just left a message for him. I think we can start. He's going to find us.
Okay.
Yes. Uh, Thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity. Actually, I'm so humbled that
So,
you had to find time from your busy schedule just to sit down with me and then, answer some of my few questions and then
absolutely,
just give me some
no
time
problem.
to learn something from you. Yes. So,
Absolutely, it's my
to
pleasure.
begin with, let me just try to introduce myself. Yeah, thank you so much. I hope my network is okay.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Oh, good. Yeah. So, to begin with, let me first start by giving you my introduction.
Okay,
So, my name is Robert Mwinger.
okay.
Based here in Zambia.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in India for about 8 years. I was in India since 2012, since 2014 until this year. So I
Okay,
was there for my studies. Then after my studies, I began to work there in the call centers. So I began to work in 2018 up to this year when I left India. So I've
nice.
gathered some more information and experience in the call center business.
Okay,
I've done almost everything I can say. I
okay,
did.
okay.
I started with sales in a B2C company, which was New Zealand and Australia process.
Okay.
I moved to customer care service in the same company. Then I also did the chat process. And then as time went by, as I grew, I started even business development and sales again, like that. So setting up appointments, I've done all these kind of works. So when I came
Excellent,
back home,
excellent.
yes, so when I came back home to Zambia, I thought of now setting up my own call center, like my own BPO company. So I've been
Absolutely.
learning a lot from you, sir, on YouTube. When I
Oh,
just
thank you.
went on YouTube just to check, the first name that popped up was your channel on YouTube. And from there, I think I've watched all the videos, all the
Oh,
videos. Like most of my questions have been answered already, but I just wanted to, just have this meeting with you and maybe just get a clarification on a few things. Like I've already shared my company website with you and I've shared my a profile as well, the company profile.
yes,
So I wanted you to just go through the same, and then maybe if there are a few things that you feel like I should fine tune, or maybe I should try to alter and all that, maybe I can get advice from yourself.
sure, sure, sure. So, what is your role in the company? Are you the company owner or director, or what is the role?
Yeah, so I'm the owner, I'm the founder.
You're the
So
founder.
I'm the
Okay,
founder of this company. Yeah, I just set up this company. So I've just done the paperwork here in Zambia. I'm done with the paperwork. The company is incorporated with the authorities, and then so I'm building a small team trying to start up this BPO center. So so far I've just done the company website. I've done the company profile, and I've just
excellent.
interviewed one business development guy because from your videos I learned that the first impression should be a business development guy.
I agree.
So I've
Yes,
just
yes.
interviewed one business development guy who is going to help me in trying to look for clients.
Okay, all right.
And I've set up an office already. I wish I was in the office today so that I can just show you what we've set up so far.
Yes,
And I think we've got about 4 or 5 computers already set, and
sure.
also the microphone, the headphones, everything has already been set. So
Okay.
we just now start looking for clients.
And could you do a little bit of your introduction about your company? It's a smartdealtech.com, right? That's the website you have.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe if you could just brief little bit your idea behind that, and then what is your unique selling proposition, how you're different from the market. Could you little bit tell me something about that?
Okay. So with Smart Deal, excuse me, with Smart Deal, so we want to be just offering outsourcing services to the global organizations, like be it in the private sector mostly. So we were targeting BFSI as well as retail, and I wanted to go also into logistics because I don't have so much experience in logistics, but then the company I was working for, the other department, they were doing logistics. So I used to hear their calls. I used to see how they were handling everything. So I felt like I think also I should also add logistics to my set as part of my product, and also lead generation, and also maybe as time goes by, we can also try to offer technical support. That's what I was
Understood.
thinking in terms of like, yes, like maybe so offering some IT services like managed services, and these other IT services that we can do. But at the moment, I don't have the manpower for IT services, so I'm just focusing on customer care and sales and
Sure.
lead generation.
Sure.
Yes.
Nice. So on WhatsApp, I think you told me that you wanted me to go through the website and corporate presentation what you have done.
Mhm.
Apart from that, any help that you needed from my side? Anything particularly? Any inputs that you wanted me to give you?
Okay.
What are the
So other
questions?
than that, yes. Other than that, what I wanted to know is on the pricing part, because what I used to see, because in the previous organization I worked for, I was setting up appointments for my business development team. So my job was also to set up the appointment, but when the client comes on the call, I used to sit on the call, just writing down the minutes of the call and all that. But I never used to say a word. Maybe I'll just be there on the introduction part. But then the business development guys seated in America were the ones who were doing everything. So I
Right.
used to observe what they were doing and so on. So now on the pricing part is where I wanted to understand more, because in most cases, what I used to see is that sometimes the client would pay upfront, like maybe 6 months contract, and then
Right.
they'll pay maybe half 50% of it, or maybe do they pay like every month? Maybe let's say if I'm pricing $10 per hour for one agent,
Right.
am I supposed to price them? Am I supposed to tell them to be paying that amount every month, or it's supposed to be like upfront they should pay, or maybe how is it supposed to be? That's one of my questions. I don't know if I should go question by question, or I can just put up all my questions together. You just answer them at
No,
once,
no,
or
we can go question by question. Maybe if you want, let me first, because I think you have mentioned on WhatsApp to take a look at your website and your presentation. So let me go through that, and then we can
okay.
come back to your pricing question, and then the next ones we can do it. I just shared my screen. You can take a look at it. That's your website.
Yes, I can see it. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So I like I like the way it is presented. I went through the content and the images. What you have mentioned here, you have also mentioned why they should consider uh, Zambia, which services you're offering. You have mentioned that. I like that. Have you made it by yourself, or you had given this work to someone?
Yeah, so I gave this work to someone, but he's not very much an expert, because I was looking at the cost, like a well, like world class website is quite costly, and I'm just
Understood. No,
a
no, totally
startup.
understood.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, certainly. Not a problem, but still the content and everything that I have seen, that that usually what questions that usually the potential prospects are going to have, and you have covered most of the questions there.
Mhm,
Some testimonials are there, then your culture, and then this is a lead capture form that you have. So here, couple of inputs that I would have. I think it's just a one-page website, because anywhere on the menu that you click, you just come on the same page. So this is one
mhm,
input that I would have, is just it's much better if you have separate pages
mhm,
for everything. So like for about us, for services, if you could have
mhm,
those separate pages. Content seems
mhm,
to be fine, but if you could elaborate a little bit more on those services, so that's going to really help the search engines. Because if you write some more details about the services, and if you use the right keywords, so if the keyword research is done properly, which is
mhm,
SEO best, search engine optimization best, that's going to help you a lot to
mhm,
get in the top ranking of search engines. So that's going to be really helpful. So the more content you have on the website, the more it's
mhm,
going to be beneficial for you. That's my another
Okay.
input. Services seems to be quite okay. You have covered most of the parts. Everything is mentioned here. What usually the contact centers and BPOs give. If you could also
Mhm.
define which industries you cater to and how those industries could be benefited by your services, for example, how the travel industry can be benefited from your services, or how the banking or financial industry could be benefited. So, any industries that you're targeting, that will be
Mhm.
an additional advantage. So, if you could add one more page here for the industries that you cater to, that will be an additional advantage.
Okay.
The footer completely seems to be plain. The footer has a great importance, especially in search engine optimization. So, using the right keywords and shortcuts is absolutely necessary. So, make sure that the footer, you get it done again from them, whoever is working on it.
Mhm.
Social media platforms, the links are missing. So, if you could get that also and focus a little bit more on the social media pages, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, and then have them linked to the website. That will be helpful.
Okay.
Another thing is lead capture form. When they fill up the form, how you are engaging those leads. So is it coming to your email address? And if it's coming, then are you adding it to your CRM platforms like Salesforce or any other platforms? And then are you engaging those leads? Are you emailing them? Are you contacting them? What is your lead engagement strategy? That's important. And the another one is chat messenger. So there are a lot of chat messengers, like you can have WhatsApp added here or Facebook or any other chat plugins. But my recommendation is using Facebook chat messenger added to your website, because that helps in retargeting the same audience. So if somebody visits your website and if they get engaged on this Facebook chat platform, you can retarget them through the advertisements and many marketing activities you can actually run it for those particular leads. So those are a couple of my inputs when it comes to the website. When I went to the website, if you could take care of that, that will be nice,
Okay.
because you're getting into international market, not the domestic. So it's really necessary.
Okay.
You don't need to note down all those inputs, because I'll be sending you synopsis of this meeting, so you can just go through that one more time, and then that will help you. Okay.
Yeah,
So you
actually, I'm
don't.
recording I'm recording the course,
You
so
are
I'll go
okay.
through
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So that
Yes.
will be nice. Or this is really good content. So I may even share it on my YouTube channel. So it will help the entire business community, outsourcing our industry. So yeah, if you take
Okay.
care of that, that will be really helpful. Same thing applies when it comes to the corporate presentation. Corporate presentation is basically the summary of your entire marketing content, what you have published on the website is a summary of it on the corporate presentation. So if you could do that,
Mhm.
that's about the website, the very first page. So if you do that, I think you have already done a nice job, but it will be completely, it will look awesome. It will be really helpful for you in lead capturing
Okay.
and lead engagement. That's one thing.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, now coming back to the second question that you have about the pricing, contact center pricing. So
Mhm.
I would say the pricing comes in two ways. One is FTE based pricing, that's full time employee based pricing. Second is project based pricing. And FTE based pricing is basically average if we divide it into two ways. For the voice agents, it's around $10 to $11 per hour, or it comes to around $1,800 per month per employee. And if we do it for non-voice agent, then it's roughly $1,200 per employee.
Okay.
When I say voice agent, non-voice agent, that means voice agents be, will be an employee who will be basically contacting the customer. It could be for customer service, debt collection, technical support, anything basically. But that is basically the voice agent. The non-voice agent is who will be taking care of all back-end activities. Who will not be in direct contact with the client, but will be taking care of all back-end activities. So that's non-voice agent. That's a typical pricing that you should be charging to your potential prospects. If it's a project-based pricing, that means if the client is not giving you a commitment of say 1 year, minimum 1 year, if they're not giving you, and if the project is only for 3 months or 2 months time, very short period of time, then you should have the pricing on a higher side. So the pricing will have at least minimum 15 to 20% additional
Okay.
compared to the FTE based pricing, because the commitment is not there. So in that case, the pricing will be on the higher side.
Okay. Okay. Get it. Okay. And then the other thing is when last time I know to mine the data from LinkedIn, like the emails. I can use some of the free, what do they call them? Those free extensions that I can add to my Google Chrome, that I
Right,
can just maybe be able to search the
right.
email. Right. But then the challenge part was on the Salesforce, because I've never used Salesforce before. So I wanted to be getting the leads, the numbers for the leads, the contact numbers. So you mentioned something that there are people I can maybe contact, maybe who do the data mining, and then maybe they can use Salesforce, and then they can get those contact numbers for us for the clients. So
Okay,
how authentic is that in terms of
so even if you get phone numbers of those potential prospects, how are you going to use them? Are you going to make a phone call to them, like cold calling? What is your strategy?
yeah, we wanted to be doing the cold calling, like just trying to reach out to them and maybe try to book a meeting with them, and then set up a call, and then so that we can just try to introduce our organization and the services that we're offering at the moment.
And your target audience is going to be the Western markets, right? Like the US and Canada and all.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah, see, Robert, from my experience, what I see, you're not selling them any small ticket items. You're not selling them airline ticket. You're not selling them a website. You're not selling them antivirus or any small ticket, $300,
Mm,
products where they make the decision in 10 minutes, okay, whether they should go for it or they should not, right?
mm, mm,
The services, what you're selling them, it's a strategic level services. So
mm,
it's a strategic decision in their business whether they want to outsource it to a country which they may have not even been before, and then you're trying to sell them those services. There are multiple level of hierarchies. The people who are going to make that
sure.
decision. Maybe the owner, the president, the vice president, directors. There are several people who make that decision.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
only one cold calling, which might even go at the gatekeeper or at the reception at the front office,
mhm,
and then they may not even direct it to the right person.
yeah.
It might go to the voicemail. In case
Mhm,
even if those right people come on the call, selling this type of services in 2 minutes call is absolutely difficult. I mean, I really feel that you should not waste your efforts in that direction. Cold calling does not help
okay.
in this type of selling this type of services. So, but apart from that, if you really wish to get phone numbers, yes, there is a way. You can simply call Cloud Lead 411. These are two best companies where you can get
Mhm,
all the phone numbers, list of phone numbers. You can get everything like the entire database of the companies. Cloud Lead is one of the good company that I have seen.
mhm,
Lead 411 is also good. They will give you all email addresses, phone numbers, everything. In case if you still want to do cold calling, but I really don't feel that will help a lot. I will I will strongly recommend you that if you focus on marketing, the right marketing
mhm,
of your business, you will not really have to worry about the sales. Sales will come easily. The client inquiries will come absolutely easily. If you try your level best to position your company in the right way through branding and promotion, advertisements, um,
mhm,
organic content of the company, social media. These are a couple of ways if you could do that. And then if you have the company budgets, then go and attend some conferences. There's a website called 10times.com, 10times.com. If you go to that website, you will see several industry events, conferences, trade shows. So say, for example, if you're focusing on healthcare industry, you will see
mhm,
which all important events are happening around the world from healthcare industry. Yeah, so if you go to that website, 10times.com, you will see all industry events happening. But obviously, when you're attending events, make sure that don't just attend the events of outsourcing industry or IT outsourcing or BPO outsourcing. Don't attend those, but you should be
mhm,
attending the events from the healthcare, from the finance industry, whichever the industries that you're targeting as a potential
mhm,
customers. Those industry events you should attend. There's some good conferences happening in London, New York, those cities. If you could go and attend those conferences, you can actually get potential customers right there because we're presenting your company, or if you attend those trade shows, definitely that's going to help you.
Okay. Then on the emailing
Uh-huh.
part, so I was thinking, can I just come up with a general email that I can be sending to people, or is it okay to be just sharing an email according to maybe the company that I want to reach out to at that moment, or maybe I can just maybe make one general email which I can just be sending to every company that I'm targeting.
Understood. So see, even if it is a general email, if you could say, and the emails which you send, definitely those should not be you should not be sending it in a manual way. You should not be
Mhm.
sending each and every email manually to the prospects because that's going to be time consuming. You must have the leads database of say 50,000, 100,000 leads database, which you can purchase it from the companies I told you, Lead 411, Cloud Lead. Once you
Mhm.
upload that onto a CRM, the CRM should start sending emails one after other every 4 days, 5 days. And then you should have some set email templates professionally written. However, those email templates should sound personal to them, that, it should not sound
Mhm.
spammy, like, you offer several services. Would you like to take them? Nobody's going to respond to you because they will immediately understand that, it's a spam email. So instead of writing those, if you could actually write it in a way, maybe I can send you some email templates. Let me know. You can share me your
Yeah, that
email
would be
address,
great.
and I can do that.
Sure,
So you can
that
use
would be
those
great.
email templates. Those email templates will be basically used to generate appointments from the prospects. So it's not basically to just let them know about your services, but you will generate
Mhm.
appointments. Once you set up appointments, then walk them through your corporate presentation, through your website. Then basically do the presentation to them, what services you offer, what value you can
Mhm.
bring to their business, how they can be benefited from
Mhm.
it, and then do the follow up calls and follow up meetings with them.
Okay, okay. That's the most important question I wanted to understand. And you've
Yeah,
just given me a perfect answer. Thank you so much on that answer.
sure.
Thank you. And then
Thank you.
on the presentation part, because what I used to see when I was setting up appointments for the business development team, actually the client I was working for was Wipro
Okay.
Technologies. I'm sure you're familiar with the company. Yeah.
Yes.
So what I used to see those guys, guys, they used to like make a PPT presentation, and then
Huh?
they'll go, step by step, presenting on the services they're offering. So do you think it would be also be imperative for me like to just prepare a PPT presentation that I can just be giving to to the prospects,
Yes,
or maybe it would be
definitely.
just like having a normal conversation with them and then explain everything to them? Can they accept to maybe take a call and then I give them a PPT presentation?
Yes, see, there are two ways. Some prospects are going to ask you to walk them through the PPT presentation. Some prefer that way, but
Mhm.
most of them that I have seen, presentations, PPT presentations, and everything that used to be there. People used to do that. People used to walk. The salesmen, we can say, or the business development managers, they used to walk the clients through the
Mhm.
PPT presentations. But I'm a big fan of having personal rapport with them, having a good conversation
Mhm.
with them, and then
Yeah.
explaining them. And then if they really ask for the PPT presentation, then keep it ready. But that's not going
Okay.
to stop you from getting the clients on board. It's always good to have the PPT
Okay.
presentation ready, but your focus should be more on rapport
Uh-huh.
building, personal relationship building with them. That's going to be really beneficial for you.
Okay. Okay. That's great. That's good. I'll do that. I'll take care of that.
So, so in PPT
Okay.
presentation, in case if you're making it, then have some case studies done that how the industry has benefited, what are the numbers, facts and figures,
Mhm.
your services, how you could bring them value, what will be the cost saving that they can get it, what profits they could make out of the services what you're giving them, how is going to basically how that is going to be benefited for their own business. So if you could put those case studies, if you could give some examples and facts and figures in PPT, yes, that will be definitely helpful.
Okay. That's good. So on the industry part, which one do you think is way better for me to get a client like easily? Is it in the healthcare, or maybe is it in the BFSI, or maybe logistics, or maybe retail? Which one do you think I should target more? Because at the moment I have less manpower, like I said, so I wanted maybe to focus on one or two industries that I can just go like just flat out myself and then maybe try to reach out to those. and then the ones you can assure me to, okay, if you go with this one, maybe you can easily find a client.
Yeah, so see, your marketing should be for all the industries. You should not just simply target only one or two industries when you're marketing your services. Because say that if you're focusing more, your marketing content is more towards only BFSI and healthcare, and if you get any inquiries from the travel sector or any other sectors, any other
Mhm.
industries, then they will get completely different message that your company only provides services to one or two
Oh yeah.
industries. So your marketing should be for all the industries. However, your sales should be precisely only for one or two industries. You need to narrow down that approach. So when we say that, then you should definitely go for low hanging fruits. Low hanging fruits is basically the industries which have a very high demand in terms of outsourcing their services. Those industries, the largest market share we can say would be of BFSI and healthcare. Those industries always have a high demand. So you will get a lot of
Okay.
inquiries compared to any other industries.
Okay. Okay. Great. Great. Okay, I think you have answered almost all the few questions that I had, because most
Yeah.
of the things I already learned from your YouTube videos. So it would be
Sure.
relevant for me to ask again, but at least the most important question that I had that were still hanging on my mind, at least to answer them. And I'll be also waiting for those email templates. I'll just send you an email right now on my I'll send you on WhatsApp. Maybe you can share your email with me, or share my email, then you can just forward to me those templates so that
Certainly.
I can go about my thing.
Certainly. I will.
Yeah.
I've also recorded this meeting for our next YouTube videos, so I will also share
Yeah.
some of the synopsis of this meeting. And I know that
Okay.
people will get more information through this video about your company. They will come to your website. They will visit
Yeah.
your website and may contact you also. So
Yeah. And
really
one last
nice.
more question. When
Yeah.
I'm sending the emails, I should also attach the company profile, right? Like the one I've shared with you.
I would
Or is
not
it
do
necessary?
that on the first email. I wouldn't do that because if you do that on the first email, you will have nothing. You will not have anything to send on the second or third email, or when they actually contact you. So I would keep it for the one-on-one presentations. Like I will keep it for the actual meetings, Zoom meetings when they set up meetings with you. Then have it ready. The
Mhm.
first couple of emails when you send them, avoid sending all that. The email should be very precise, to the point, very simple, easy, and no attachments, no spammy information, nothing. It should be that your company is into so and so, and you find some synergies between both the companies, and you could bring some value to the company. Can we have a quick minute meetings maybe next week, so I can walk you through that, or we can have more in-depth discussion on that. So that should be the
Mhm.
CTA, call to action, at the end of the email,
Mhm.
and no attachments, nothing.
Okay. Mhm. Okay. Sure. That's so helpful, and I do appreciate so much that. Like
Most welcome.
I do. And
All
if
right,
I still have if I still have more questions again, I'll still reach out.
anytime. Sure, yes, I'm always
Sure.
available. Thank you, Robert.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank
Have
you.
a
Bye
good
bye.
day.
Yes.